Coach Scott Sargent, WFNY. Ty switched up the starting lineup on you a little bit, and clearly, Cavs ran out to a little bit of an early start. But what did you see? How your team reacted to that floor spacing unit compared to what they did in the first game?
Well, we switched the lineup, but them coming out aggressive was something we expected. We knew that they would come out playing with a sense of urgency, with the new lineup or the change in lineup. Basically they put shooters out on the perimeter, and LeBron was going to put his head down and go to the basket. We didn't do a good job tonight of keeping the ball in front of us. We made adjustments throughout that game and was able to get back into the game. The first quarter, we knew they would come out aggressive. They basically hit us in the mouth, and we was able to calm down and get ourselves back into the game.
Coach Eli Bonilla, maybe radio. Just talk about how much of a challenge it was when Victor picked up those 2 quick fouls, kind of trying to find an offensive flow without him on the floor.
That's a big challenge. Anytime you lose, one of your best players, he can't help you on the bench. And he got in, picked up those 2 quick fouls in that first quarter. I think he got out of rhythm, was a little hesitant, and really never found his rhythm throughout that game. So, we want him to be aggressive out there, but you got to be smart. And I thought I think he picked up his third in the second quarter, kind of a cheap foul. And, he can help us on the floor and not sitting over there next to me.
And one more to follow up. All things considered, you got to feel at least confident going back to Indiana 1-1. What overall do you take away from these first 2 games on the road?
Well, it's a young group, and it's an emotional game, and I thought we just didn't keep our poise out there. I thought we really didn't establish ourselves. They sped us up with their pressure defensively. Offensively, we really never established ourselves out there on the offensive end of the floor. 17 turnovers. We were sloppy with the basketball. This time of the year, 17 turnovers, you're not winning. We're better than that. You can't give them 17 extra attempts, and they make you pay. So, they came out aggressive. They did what they had to do. We'll make adjustments and come back and be ready for Friday.
David Glazier from the News Herald. Coach, I'm guessing being a coach and a perfectionist, you probably would have loved to go out of here 2-0. But you're 1-1. What did you see from this team in these 2 games that tells you that they'll be able to compete and maybe even perform better once they get back on their home floor? Or does being on the home floor present a new challenge?
Well, we're going back home. We've played well both on the road and at home. You get one here in Cleveland, and some say that's good. We had an opportunity to get 2, and we didn't do the things we needed to do tonight. So we make that adjustment. We come back out, and I think after tonight we feel we can play with this team. And we have to be sharp, and we have to execute on both ends of the floor, and we gotta be clear about what we're doing out there. I thought we on both ends of the floor was kind of going off doing whatever we wanted to do, making up some things, and we weren't connected defensively. James just walked into the paint that first quarter. I don't know how many points in the paint they had in that first quarter, but it was a lot of layups, and so we weren't connected on either end of the floor tonight, and we're better than that. We got to do a better job being connected.
Coach Spencer Davies, Basketball Insiders. What did you see from Miles Turner, and what do you think that Cleveland did so much to make it difficult on him on the fourth?
Again, I thought they sped us up, and we pretty much played that way all game long. Defensively, they really didn't do anything different other than change the lineup and put shooters out on the floor, but they didn't, and they, of course, they got more aggressive to start that game. But once we settled down, we was able to get ourselves back into the game. It wasn't anything different. I thought it was more us and what we didn't do out there. I just want to say, our thoughts and prayers are with Coach Popovich. We heard the news about his family member, his wife, and really sorry to hear that news. And on behalf of the Indiana Pacers and our coaching staff, our thoughts and prayers are with you, Coach Pop.